What's up, everybody? Eagles Truth here with you, and I can't deal with this anymore. I gotta put it on video. There's been a debate about who's the better running back, LeSean McCoy or Adrian Peterson, and overwhelmingly, everyone seems to think it's Peterson. Media, fan polls, everything. Even some Eagles fans are saying it. I'm gonna stop you right there because there's so many damn idiots out there. Yeah, I'm calling you people that think Peterson's better, a better back than McCoy, an idiot. It seems like nobody ever thinks that, what all goes into the running back position in today's NFL? Sure, running the ball, but did you ever think that receiving and catching the ball is part of the position? Did that ever go through anyone's mind? I don't even think Peterson is top 2. I think he's 3rd. Maybe. Maybe. It'd be a better argument if you're talking about Jamal Charles or McCoy. That'd be a better argument than Peterson and McCoy. You can't just go by running the ball anymore. It's a passing league. You're telling me a running back that goes out of the game on 3rd and long, that goes out of the game because his team can't count on him to get the job done in the receiving game, is better than McCoy. You're idiots. I'm at the point now where I don't care if I have any followers on YouTube. I don't care if I'm the most disliked person on YouTube history. I don't care. You're idiots. I'm not being a homer. I'm really not. Yes, I'm an Eagles fan. LeSean McCoy is an Eagle. That's not why I'm saying he's better than Peterson. The only thing Peterson has to stake his claim to is maybe being a better runner of the football than McCoy. But does he even have that anymore? Because McCoy just did lead the league in rushing. I know. Adrian Peterson missed a few games. There's your reason why McCoy got the rushing title, I know. No, I ain't buying that excuse. Because if you look at yards per carry, McCoy still owned Peterson. But you know what? For the sake of arguments, I'll give Peterson a slight edge in the running of the football. Even though McCoy beat him in yards per carry and in total rushing yards and won the rushing title recently, I'll still give him a slight edge. Fine. But McCoy has a huge edge in the receiving of the football. And when you combine both of them together, McCoy wins. Use your fucking heads. I mean, I see comment after comment. Maybe I'm the stupid person. Maybe I'm the lone wolf that doesn't get it. You know? I mean, it's like nobody is talking about the receiving game. You can line McCoy up anywhere. In the slot, in the backfield, whatever. And people want to talk about, and I hear this a lot, well, Adrian Peterson is the offense. He has no help. Other teams know he's going to run the ball. There's always a counter argument, people. That means he usually gets more opportunities to run because that's all the Vikings do. It's like you guys just... It's like stupid people are what sports fans are. It's like if you're a sports fan, your brain doesn't work. You have people that believe in Madden curses and comparing two different players based on how many Super Bowls one has when you know it's a team sport. It's like they have all these different stupid things. It's like, and this is another one that I hear all the time. Like, let's say you're going up against an elite quarterback. Let's just say like Peyton Manning or something like that. Well, the best defense against Peyton Manning is to keep him on the sideline. Stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. Because unless you're onside kicking every damn time, offenses take turns. They take turns. So I don't care if your team offense has had 5 possessions in the game, or you go real fast and you have 20. You still gotta have a better touchdown to punt ratio or score touchdown ratio than the other team. Keep them on the sideline. What does that do? So fucking stupid. Oh my god. I can understand if you're trying to keep him on the sideline because there's like a minute before half and why give him any extra time to try to do something. I can maybe understand that. But you're still trying to score. I mean, you ain't trying to face third downs the whole way down the field, are you? You know, like, but it's just it's stupidity that comes out of the sports world that drives me nuts. It's like sports fans don't have brains. It's like they're idiots. I tell you. If I had to rank my top 5 running backs, McCoy would be first, followed by Jamal Charles, followed by Peterson, followed by Lynch, followed by Forte. That would be my top 5. You gotta understand the day and age. This isn't where teams run the ball almost 24/7 nowadays. You gotta understand the game. And people say, well, McCoy doesn't face 8-man boxing and everything. He did quite a bit last year. Because people knew Chip Kelly loved to run the ball. Oh my god. Just use your brains, people. Think about everything that a running back has to do. Before you comment down there, dissing me or correcting my rankings or whatever, putting your input. All I ask is think about everything a running back has, or everything a running back does in today's NFL. Think about it. Peterson does not receive the ball. He's got terrible hands. Okay? If you think he's a better running back running the ball, that's fine. But it's not like it's a huge gap. McCoy did lead the league in rushing this year. McCoy did have 17 touchdowns in 2011. Led the league in rushing touchdowns. He did have a higher yards per carry than Adrian Peterson. So even if you want to give Peterson a slight edge in the rushing part of it, that's fine. But it'd only be a slight edge. But when you get into the receiving part of it, that's where it really just... And think about the age too. When does someone leap and become better than the almighty Peterson? When? Because he's going to decline. Nobody beats Father Time. The wheels will fall off. Especially with Peterson's physical run style. That's a lot of hits. That's a lot of damage and a lot of buildup on the body. Peterson's production will fall off a cliff and he'll be nothing but a legacy. He won't be able to get the job done anymore. So when will someone topple the almighty Peterson? I have no problem with Peterson. It's the people that are debating this, which is just, you know, I'm having my fill with them. Use your heads. Who's the best back in the league? It's not Peterson. It's McCoy or Charles. And I'd probably give it to McCoy, because I think he's the better runner. I mean, you guys just... How can you even say Peterson? Like, how? The guy's good at one thing. He's one-dimensional. I mean, that's like you guys saying that Michael Vick's the best quarterback because he's really good at running the ball. But there's another element to it. Passing. There's another element to the quarterback position. It's like, what the fuck? Is Peterson so much better than McCoy at rushing the ball? So much better that the receiving part doesn't matter? No, he's not that much better. I made the same exact video about an hour ago. Before, thankfully I didn't upload it yet, because I was much nicer about it. I was, you know, I was much nicer about it and ranking both of them and comparing and everything, going through the pluses and minuses of each and everything. And then I made the mistake and I went to more YouTube videos, more comments, and it just got to me and it built up and built up and built up to where just the stupidity just pissed me off. Stupidity pisses me off. I am not always right. I'm not always right. I am wrong a lot too. So I'm not trying to sound egotistical on video like your guys' opinions don't matter. Whatever you guys say, if I disagree with it, you're stupid. I'm not trying to come off like that. I'm really not. Because I can be wrong too. But think about it. And if you think about it, you will realize that it is stupid to think a one-dimensional running back who didn't even win the rushing title, the guy that we're comparing him to is the one that won it, but regardless, he's one-dimensional. Very good runner, maybe the best still, running the ball. But there's another side to the position. It's a passing league. McCoy is more valuable to any GM out there. If you put McCoy and Adrian Peterson on the exact same team, McCoy will be more valuable to that team than Adrian Peterson. I guarantee you. It's a passing league. McCoy's more versatile. He can line up anywhere. He doesn't have to come off the field like AP does in third and long situations. If you want to call Adrian Peterson the best runner of the football, McCoy still has an argument to that. He's won the rushing title, and he does still have an argument to that. But I can accept that. I can accept that. But phrase it like that. The best runner of the football. And even then, it's not going to hold up much longer. Father Time is catching up to AP. But the best back in the league is LeSean McCoy. I would be less pissed off if people tried saying Jamal Charles is the best back. I'd be less pissed off. Because at least they bring a well-rounded, both strong in both places, running and receiving, that I can at least tolerate that. I still think you're wrong, but I can at least tolerate that. Use your heads. And Eagles fans, I expect more from you. I'm not telling you to be a homer. I'm telling you to have a brain and speak the truth. I'm not a homer. I would love nothing more than to say Nick Foles is the best quarterback. He's young. Almost broke two of Peyton Manning's records. Probably could have got an 8th touchdown pass in that Raiders game if he'd have stayed in. If it wasn't for a blizzard, probably he could have broke Peyton Manning's 20 touchdowns without an interception record. He's younger. Peyton Manning, it took this season to do both them things. You know what I mean? Maybe Nick Foles could be the best quarterback in the league. Maybe he's getting there. I could be a homer and say that. But you know what? I'm not. I want to make sure last season was not a fluke. Call me playing it safe. I don't want to make that bold statement. I don't know. Nick Foles could fall flat on his face next season. Or he could have another amazing season, and then I'm starting to get more confident in making them bold predictions, bold statements. So I'm not a homer. LeSean McCoy is the best running back in this league, and it irks the crap out of me that he's not getting the respect from the national media and from fan polls. It irks the crap out of me that my video, because I don't got enough subscribers and everything, that my video isn't going to reach all them people to set them straight. After this video, it's not going to make much of a difference. There's still going to be a large portion of the world that thinks Adrian Peterson is the better back. And I don't know what to do to change that. McCoy is going to have another monster season and be better than AP again. And maybe that'll start, you know, maybe that'll start doing something. I don't know. I just don't want to wait that long for people to wise up. LeSean McCoy is better back than Adrian Peterson. It's not that close. And I expect more from the media, people that are around football and watch it and talk about it every day. I expect more. It's like, are we just talking about just running the football? Is that all we're talking about? Not the other things that the running back has to do? If that's the case, fine, screw it. I'll settle for McCoy being second best, even though he has an argument to be first best, because, like I said, he is the rushing champion right now, until dethroned. But I can settle for second best, because I know there's more to it. But if you're trying to tell me that Peterson is the better all-around back, everything considered, the best back in the league, you are smoking some crack. It'll be interesting to see the top 100. It'll be interesting. 10-1, Peterson will be ranked higher. It'll piss me off, but it's a popularity contest. That's why a lot of people in the fan voting are voting Peterson, because they're so used to just accepting the fact that he's the best, not realizing that he's getting older, there's new guys getting better, and the whole thing that a running back does, his whole job. I really have nothing against Peterson. I think he's a little too cocky for his own good. I really do. Just the way he just kind of laughed it off, what McCoy said, and said he didn't mean it. I think that was a little cocky. You know, came off a little arrogant. Didn't make me like him anymore. You know. But that's whatever. How people can say Peterson is the best all-around back in the league is beyond me. We shouldn't even have to distinct anything. Like, oh, this person's the best receiving back, and Adrian Peterson's the best runner, the rusher back, and this person's the best all-around back. No, it shouldn't even be like that. It should be, who's the best back? It's LeSean McCoy. And if someone said Jamal Charles, like I said, I would disagree with them, but I could accept it. It wouldn't piss me off, because at least there could be kind of an argument made. But Peterson, who does one thing really well, yes, but he does the other thing really badly. McCoy does one thing very well, and the other thing very well. It's like, what would you grade McCoy on 1 to 10? 10 being the best back in the league today, best person doing it today. 1 would be the worst at doing it today. Like, what about AP? Give him a 10 in rushing? Alright. Receiving, you probably have to give him like a 1 or 2, right? That's 11. Let's look at LeSean McCoy. You'd have to give him, well, at least a 9. Even though he was the rushing champion, so you could give him a 10. But, you know, I keep bringing that up because I want you guys very clear that he did lead the league in rushing. Don't sell him short in that. But let's give him a 9. What do you give him in the receiving? He might be the best receiving back in the league, but we'll just give him a 9 anyway. I don't want to be too cocky. That's 18. What's higher, 18 or 11? That's the most, like, hooked on phonics way I can say it. That's the easiest, simplest way I can say it. Do you see how one-sided it should be, but people are making it one-sided the other way? I'm not being a homer. It's common sense. It's obvious. McCoy is the best back in the league, or at least better than Peterson, and it should not be close. Like, seriously. People are stupid. Like, what the fuck? I mean... Oh. It's like when RG3 had his good year in his rookie year. He ran the ball a lot, didn't he? People counted that as being part of his quarterbacking. Thought he was real good. Well, there's other ways to be an effective running back too. Just drives me crazy. It's like the Eagles can never get their due, and it pisses me off. Yeah, people admit that he's good. You know, you get some idiots that don't know football think he's overrated and everything. That's whatever. Fuck them. Just bitch slap him right out of here. But, I mean, people think LeSean McCoy is good. But look how long it took for Nick Foles to start getting some credit. To get some credit at all. You know? He led the league in passer rating. I don't even think he was initially one of the top 3 in the NFC voted. Or top 6, because they did it all the way, I forgot. I don't even think he was one of the top 6 quarterbacks voted in to the Pro Bowl. It took quarterbacks that were playing the Super Bowl off to get him in. And he led the league in passer rating. I remember Stephen A. Smith thinking, like, Nick Foles is alright. He's alright. But, I mean, like, people were giving him much credit. That was even after the 7-touchdown performance. And another good game against Green Bay. And another good game against the Redskins. You know what I mean? Like, ugh. And McCoy not getting any credit. You know, it's. I'm just tired of it. You know. I hope. This is my whole goal for this video. I know I came on strong. Most of you probably don't like me now. I have a habit of coming on too strong. But my goal for this video was to change your mind. If you came into this video thinking that Adrian Peterson is the better back than LeSean McCoy, and you're leaving this video with a changed mind, that's all I can ask for. And if you did change your mind, guess what? I'm proud of you. Because a lot of people, they're thick-skulled and they don't change their mind. And it takes a man, a true man or woman, if you're to actually see the other person's point of view and change your mind and agree with that person. That takes a real big person to do. Because a lot of times, you know how you get in arguments and the other person, you just can't talk to them. You just can't do it. They are just stuck with the way they're thinking. They will not change. I've always admired people that would actually change their mind. You know what I mean? And admit that they were wrong and they see the bigger picture. I always admire that because that takes a big person. It really does. And I do it from time to time if people really, really have strong points. I think I got a great strong point. Think about it. Adrian Peterson, just rushing. They're neck and neck. But if you want to put Adrian Peterson a little bit higher, fine. But then when you look at the receiving, it's not close, people. It's not close. You know, the touchdowns for last year were even tied. But I'm not even the person that really looks at touchdowns because I think it's mostly more of a play call standpoint than, you know, skill. There was plenty of times we were on like the 1 or 2 yard line, 1st and goal, that we could have gave it to McCoy. You know what I mean? And instead Nick Foles, you know, they called passing plays. And you know, Nick Foles he's hot in the red zone. There's no denying that. Dude's amazing in the red zone. But that easily could have been a, you know what I mean? So I don't really count touchdowns too much because there's always, you know, it's kind of, that's kind of an overrated stat. I know touchdowns matter in the game for the team, yes. You know what I mean? But for players, it's kind of an overrated stat. You either get the play call or you don't. Especially running backs. You know what I mean? So, I remember when freaking Deuce Staley would do all the work for Pittsburgh. And then down the red zone, they would put the bus in. Jerome Bettis. You know? If I was Deuce Staley, I'd be kind of pissed off. But, try to score when you're 20 yards out, so that way you get the touchdown. But, you know, so I don't really go by that. But I'm not using that as an excuse because they were tied last year, you know, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying, like, I don't go for touchdowns. I look at yards and yards. Actually, yards per carry is the bigger thing because one running back can be injured, which allows the other one to, you know what I mean? So I go by yards per carry, which LeSean McCoy still led. So I hope I've changed your mind. I mean, I don't see, with the point I made, how you can still say Peterson's better. I just don't see how he's more... I just don't see how he's more productive. You know what I mean? Like... It's a passing league, people. Receiving does matter. You got to catch the ball, too. That's part of a running back's job. You know? Blocking, too. Blocking isn't a sexy thing to look at, so I'd say they're probably about equal there. McCoy's probably more technical sound in blocking, and Peterson's probably more of power, will knock you on your ass. So it's probably hand in hand. They don't. Neither of them block much anyway. Neither of them block much anyway. Peterson usually leaves the field, and McCoy hardly ever blocks. He's running a route. He's either running the ball or he's running a route. You know, so that's probably tied. But receiving is so far, so much. That's the biggest gap between them, is in the receiving department, and that's Peterson's downfall. And Peterson fumbles the ball twice as much as McCoy, you know, if not more. You gotta think about that too. Peterson's older. He's getting on the decline. I don't think he's gonna be better than he was before. I think he's either gonna stay the same or start slowly declining, or maybe the wheels will just fall off and he'll just plummet. You know, but just think about it, people. Think, come on. I'm done. I'm carrying on. I'm going on and on about this, and all I'm doing is making it a larger file to upload. But yeah, it's not close. I can say with a fact, me knowing that I'm 100% right, that McCoy is at least better than Peterson as an all-around back. That's not, you know, and maybe running too. If not now, will be soon, because Peterson is just going to decline, you know, so it's whatever, people. Keep believing what you want to believe. I'm out. Peace.